So I'm gonna be dropping this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16.
What's good, fam, and welcome back to Untold Bars. Okay, you all remember this, right? The year is 2010. The biggest pop star on the planet, a 16-year-old kid from Canada, gets handed the keys to a rap mogul's mansion and his six-figure supercar for a whole weekend. On the surface, it was one of the weirdest and most random moments in pop culture, but underneath, it was one of the most calculated and brilliant PR moves of the decade. This wasn't just a weekend hangout, this was a baptism. This was Diddy, the ultimate gatekeeper of cool, anointing his next project. Today, we're unwrapping the untold story of Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy. To understand why this happened, you have to understand the players. First, you have Justin Bieber. By 2010, he was a global phenomenon. Baby was inescapable. He was selling out arenas, managed by the powerhouse Scooter Braun, and mentored by Usher. But he had a problem. He was getting older, but his image was stuck as a squeaky clean kid. How do you grow up in public without alienating your massive fan base? Then you have Sean D. Combs, the architect of the shiny suit era, the man who turned Bad Boy Records into a lifestyle. By 2010, he was less of a rapper and more of a brand. He was Ciroc, Sean John, Revolt. Diddy's brand wasn't just music, it was aspiration, luxury, and, most importantly, swag. So you have a pop prince who needs to mature his image and a hip-hop king whose cosign is the ultimate stamp of credibility. The stage was set for a masterpiece of marketing. The whole thing was documented for an MTV special called When I Was 17, which makes this even funnier because Diddy was basically giving a 17-year-old the keys to a life of pure excess. The centerpiece of the deal was the car. Not just any car, Diddy's white Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. For a 16-year-old who probably just got his driver's permit, this is like being handed a spaceship. But Diddy, playing the role of the reluctant cool uncle, had to lay down the law. Rule number 1, don't drive the car over 20 miles per hour. Rule number 2, no friends, no parties in my house. Rule number 3, do not touch my Ciroc. Rule number 4, and most importantly, don't mess up on the white carpet. Now, let's be real. Was any of this actually real? Of course not. This was a heavily produced TV special. Diddy didn't just toss the keys to a teenager and fly away. There were producers, camera crews, and probably a very nervous insurance agent on standby the entire time. The rules were just a narrative device to make it entertaining. The real goal was what happened next. This entire weekend was a transaction of credibility. For Justin Bieber, it was a public declaration that he was ready to graduate from pop. He was now, officially, cool enough to hang with Diddy. He was in the club. This weekend allowed him to adopt the language, the posture, and the swag of the hip-hop world he admired. It's no coincidence that after this, his music started to change. He started collaborating more with rappers like Ludacris and Drake, and his albums Believe and Journals leaned heavily into R&B. This weekend was the bridge. It was a genius move. It reinforced his status as the ultimate kingmaker. He was so powerful, he could literally lend his lifestyle to the biggest pop star in the world. It kept his brand relevant to a younger mainstream audience and showed he was still at the center of the culture. It was free marketing for Ciroc, for his brand, for himself. The Diddy blueprint in action. So, did it work? Absolutely. But maybe a little too well. This weekend opened the door to Bieber's bad boy era. The public saw him trying to live this fast life, and it led to a whole lot of controversy, tabloid headlines, and a few arrests. You could argue that Diddy showed him the lifestyle, but didn't give him the manual on how to handle it. In the end, the 48 hours were a fantasy, a perfectly crafted piece of television, but its impact was very real. It helped transform Justin Bieber's career and reminded everyone that no one plays the game of fame better than Diddy. It was a masterclass in branding, proving that sometimes the most powerful thing you can sell is your own cosign. But what do you all think? Was this a harmless PR stunt or the moment that sent Bieber down a rocky path? Let me know your take in the comments. That's it for this episode of Untold Bars. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.